Alright, so I'm gonna do a reading on Kanye and Kim Kardashian. Um, I know that I had got a comment about the volume being low. I'm not sure if that was an older reading. Or it could have been the reading where, just let me know if the volume is better now. Because this is a new mic. And I talk low, so, but let me know. Let me see which reading that was. Because there's one reading where I was recording it on my older mic, and I knew it was gonna be low for like the first 7 minutes, but then I switched to my other mic. But let me know how the volume is in this one. So let's get into it. So at first I was just gonna be more general with the cards and just be like, so what happened in a marriage, and see what the cards say, like, and then I do the rest of the work with like my intuition. But now I'm gonna break it down and ask like specific questions because I feel like that would give a better reading. So I'm asking, why did they marry each other? So I could see that on both ends it had a lot to do with business and status. I do feel like Kanye was very attracted to Kim. Like he thought she was beautiful. But he also thought she was a good move when it come to business because she already had built her own empire, regardless of how people feel about it. But she is a household name, and he felt like he could do a lot with that because he always had the mindset if he get married, he want to get somebody that, like, the feeling is somebody that's like on his level or somebody that could help him get ahead, somebody that he's attracted to as well. But he knew if he got married, it would have to help him in a business manner. I know that he's a Gemini, but his energy come off like Capricorn. Like his energy feel very Capricorn to me. But he knew he was gonna get criticism. He knew that like everything that happened, he didn't know all of it, but he knew that he would get backlash. He knew that he would get criticism. He knew that he was going against some things that he said before or things that he believed in before. But he felt like he was making the right decision. So when it comes to Kim, she really debated. She really debated. She was operating out of fear. I feel like she married Kanye out of fear. Um, Kim seemed to be like very traditional in a lot of ways. and she has a huge fear of failure. I feel like it's changing now. Like she's going through a shift, a spiritual change, where the things that she used to be attached to, she not attached to anymore. But she see Kanye as the emperor. So she seen Kanye as somebody that she could build with as well. Somebody that could provide a certain stability for her. And he was like a certified celebrity. But she wasn't in a good space when she decided to marry him. She was she was feeling very insecure. Like I feel like she has like body dysmorphia or something like that. Like when she look in the mirror, what she see is not like what we see. Like she constantly like criticizing her looks and the way that she look. Like um she also feel the need to like defend herself. She feel like she work hard. She feel like she work hard, but people don't give her the credit. She feel like she deserve more credit. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the time. I got some lasagna in the oven, and I want to overcook it. So let me see. Okay. Hmm. I just don't feel like she was in love with him. She wasn't in love with him when she decided to marry him, but she felt like it was a good decision for like her brand and her business. She felt like people would take her more seriously if she married him, but she felt like no matter what, she had to make it work because she care a lot what people think about her. She care a lot. She has a lot of anxiety as well, but she thought this was a good business move. She thought that marrying Kanye will make people respect her more, take her more seriously, see her in a different light. She thought it would be good to her reputation. But when she made this decision, she was in a really dark space of depression and anxiety and insecurity. And she's seen some red flags when it came to Kanye. And she wanted to build a brand around his name. But she knew that it was going to be hard. Like, she knew that this relationship was going to be a challenge, but she was willing to do it for her brand and her reputation. Now, when I say that build like a brand around his name, I mean like use some of his pull and control in the industry to help her to gain more respect and to get into certain doors. It was a good business move, but it was, and I feel like they talked about it. Like I'm seeing them in a car in the back seat talking about it. I do feel like there was dating. Let me make sure. I do feel like there was dating and courting and all of that. Like they was getting to know each other. And I do feel like he was truly attracted to her. But when it came down to getting married, he actually sat down and talked to her about it. Almost like it was business. Like he sold her on the ideal of it. She had a fear around marriage, like getting married, and but because Kanye had like his own, it took away some of the fear. Like first and foremost, like Kim is a businesswoman. She thinking about her money all the time. She thinking about what influence her money and what can take from her. She care a lot about her status, about her look. And some of the red flags that she's seeing in him, she's seeing it in a lot of industry men. And she knew it was going to be a struggle. Like, she didn't really feel like he was going to be faithful. Like, she basically knew, like, oh, he's going to cheat. He's arrogant. He could be a bit manipulative. But that's just how industry men are. It was kind of like that mindset. But because she felt like she could gain something from this, it made her feel more comfortable with jumping into it. But at the time, Kanye was struggling with something. And I felt like it had to do with business. With this Two of Pentacles reverse. He was losing money in something. Like quickly as well. I don't think he told her that part. But it was something that he was losing quickly money. And he kind of did this out of desperation. Like, he was trying to stop the money leak. Because he had like a money leak somewhere. He has a fear of being broke again. Kanye. Like, he has a fear of being broke. So he talked to her about this marriage like it was business. It wasn't like romantic and stuff like that. It was like business. But he made it seem like, oh, we could build together, build an empire together. But it was like he was coming into that relationship with a whole lot of debt. And he know that Kim is a businesswoman. So getting married with her would help him to um, get financially stable again, because he was losing money. It feels so strategic, like he planned on this for a minute, like he thought about it. He put a lot of thought into it. Like he really did feel like Kim was like a gold mine. He felt like that was a good business move. And seeing it from his perspective, I do agree. Because people could say what they want about Kim, but she took whatever she had and she made it work, and she created something that everybody know who she is. Love her or hate her, everybody know who she is, and she make money while she's sleeping. And he knew that. So he took his shot, he took his opportunity, but there was a lot that he didn't tell her in the beginning that she had to find out later, which in my opinion is messed up. Alright, so I'm asking about the time period after they got married, like the first year of marriage. And it was a struggle. Um, in that first year, she started to find out about his financial issues, and she responded in a way that he didn't really expect it. Like, Kim, she's not a pushover, like when he started to tell her about his financial problems, like she responded in a way like, you need to get your shit together. She wasn't like lovey-dovey about it and stuff like that. She was like, no, you need to get it together. I'm not playing any games with you. Like, I'm not finna start paying your bills and stuff like that. Like, I can help you get back on track, but I'm not finna take care of you. She was very upfront about it, direct about how she felt about finding out about his financial issues after they got married. The way that she responded made him feel like insecure, maybe emasculated in a way. And I feel like he started cheating the first year. The first year of marriage. It didn't take long for him to start And I feel like he was cheating on her with people from the past, like people he already had a connection with during that first year. But it's like he gained some respect from her. The way that he thought she was, um, she turned out to be stronger than what he thought she was. Like he knew that she came from money and everything, so he didn't really know her too well. He didn't know her. At least he didn't know this side of her that is actually very business minded, intelligent, and direct, straight to the point. Kind of like rough around the edges. So even though, like, when she found out, she was kind of like rude and mean about it, but after some time, he respected her with this star card. He started to respect her and look at her a little differently. Now, this is the first year. But it was difficult. Like, they was finding it hard to relate to each other and their way of thinking. And I feel like it's because they from two different backgrounds. Kim is better at managing money than Kanye is. Not just managing money, but she good at flipping money. Like she's better with business than he is. And like when I look at her cards on her side, she was upset to learn about his financial problems, but she cares so much what people think about her. Like getting a divorce or leaving the relationship was not an option. She was like, I'm gonna make this work no matter what. But she wasn't nice about it. Like she was real straight up with him. Like, look, get your shit together. I'm finna call my lawyer and they finna tell you what you need to do to fix this problem. But you have to get your shit together. Like, I'm not playing games with you. So that first year, she kind of carried him. She really did work and put in a lot of effort to get him back on track. She really did that. She put him on game when it comes to some of the business. And I feel like she threw herself into work because he started cheating early. And it's like it wasn't a surprise to her. Like, him not coming home and stuff like it wasn't a surprise to her. So she kind of just threw herself in work with this work consumes too much of my time. And I felt like she kind of seen him a little immature. that he had growing up to do. But she was very disappointed. Like, why is this happening to me? And she was unhappy. But she was unhappy before they even got married. But she was even more unhappy afterwards. Because it was a lot of secrets that he kept from her. And she found out afterwards. And she started to be concerned with like how the way that he was handling business was going to affect her. So I felt like for a long time she kept their finances like separate, but she did help him to get back on track. I do feel like Kim have dudes on the side. Like, I'm seeing somebody that travels with her that she is intimate with sometimes, but like, I mean, low key, like Kim is kind of like a beast. Like, I through the cars, I have respect for her because she is a businesswoman. She know how to properly use her masculinity and her femininity. Yes, she do have a lot of insecurities, and care about the wrong things, but I feel like she's starting to evolve out of that. She could be ruthless when it comes to business sometimes. Like, she operate like an emperor. And because of that, he started to see her like an empress. Because he started to see her like up close and personal and how she handled things. And he was like, damn, like, she's a boss. She know how to handle her business. She know how to get shit done. She make smart moves. But it made him feel emasculated in some ways. So at first, it was like kind of embarrassing that his wife knew how to handle business better than he did. So he reacted in a childish way, but over some time, he was like, you know what? I respect you. He started to see her like an empress. Now, this is like the first year. I don't know how long they've been married. And she didn't let people walk over her. Like, she wasn't a pushover. And she know how to make harsh decisions. Like, sometimes I feel like in business you can't really be nice, and she understands that. I do feel like she could work with more integrity, but she is good at what she do. She really is good at business. Like, in that first year they struggled, and it kind of turned into like, look, you do you and I do me, or whatever, but we're gonna try to make this work because my reputation is on the line. So I'm gonna help you do this or whatever. And I also feel like even though he was starting to respect her, the relationship started to feel cold, like it was nothing but business. Because it's like she disconnected from him. She pulled away from him when she started to learn about these financial problems. And once he started to get back on track, she started to be more loving towards him. And that also made him look at her differently. That's pretty interesting. I don't think she loved him at this point. Like the whole first year, like when they got married, she didn't love him. The first year, she didn't love him. It was like, I felt like she kind of gave up on love and be like, oh, that's just not in the cards for me. So I felt like she wanted kids. She wanted to experience marriage and stuff like that, but she's seen it as a business. I wonder what her Venus in. Not just that, but it's something about Kim, some of the people that she worked with, that make her kind of hardcore. I mean, it almost looked like some mafia type shit. Like, if she need to get somebody silenced, she know how to do it. Like, she do participate in some sneaky practices. Like, she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. And I felt like that made him a little bit fearful. Because in a lot of ways, and I felt like she learned this after getting married, that she was she had more power than he did. I felt like she knew that getting with him would kind of like help her reputation, but not even that. Like when she got married, she found out like it was kind of like the other way around. Like she helping his reputation, she helping him with his money, and she was in more positions of power than he was. Which a side effect of that gave her more confidence. I feel like she got confidence in like in her work, what she do and her work ethic. But when it comes to like the way that she look and stuff like that, I feel like she have like a condition with that, like body dysmorphia, something that um she kind of obsessed with the way that she look in her body and keep it in shape and keep looking young and stuff like that. And it can make her really unhappy sometimes to always be worried about her body and all of that. All right. All right. So I'm asking about like the remainder of the marriage. I don't know how long they was together, but it's like, man, At some point, he really did wanted to work with her because he seen that she's smart and he seen another side of her. Like she do get like a lot of criticism, but there are good things about her that he was able to become attracted to. But Kanye is kind of childish. He childish. Ain't no counter to it. Like he could be real childish sometimes. So it's like I can't really find any happy point in their marriage besides like their kids or whatever, and even that, it's a lot of sores. It was just like very mental and just cold. Their marriage didn't have like a lot of warmth and love in it, or connection, or understanding. It's like they could never get on the same page. And she just started to look at Kanye as immature and as more of a headache than somebody that she could actually build with. She didn't even really feel like she could actually connect with him a lot of times. And she started to feel happy about the times that they were separated. Like, because I feel like there's a lot of times that they would take like long breaks from each other. And she enjoyed those moments more. And I felt like that is what started to push him away, because he was like, Kanye wanted more love in the relationship. Like he wanted more romance. He wanted more emotion. So that really started to mess with him because she wasn't giving that to him. But it was because she lost a lot of respect for him. Hmm. And I also felt like he started to get paranoid in the relationship. And I felt like it was justified. He started to realize that she was planning to leave him, and she was making certain moves, like money moves, or signing certain contracts, keeping more secrets. And he started to feel like she was setting him up. And that's when the relationship started to become like volatile. Like they both was cheating. Yeah, they both was cheating at the ass. I mean, damn. Cause like they spend so much time away from each other, and then during that time they would cheat. So they started to both feel like, damn, this not even like a real relationship anymore. Like they was staying together because of press or because of fame or a whole lot of reasons that are very superficial, and it started to make them unhappy in different ways. Hmm. I feel like Kanye wanted this relationship more than she did, and that started to really fuck with him, fuck with his self-esteem, because she started to pull away and like not even care. So what went wrong in the relationship for Kim? And she started to get bored. It's like she started to feel like she could do bad by herself. Like that she powerful on her own. She didn't really want to live a lie anymore. Cause she had to sneak around to do like a lot of different things. She had relations. And in a lot of ways, Kanye can be abusive. Like get in your face and yell at you. He could be like verbally abusive. And he do have mood swings. And he do have dark secrets. And I feel like they both do. But they internalize it differently. Because I feel like Kanye did a lot of things for money that it eats him up inside that he did it. Kim did a lot of things for money, and it was like she was okay with it because she understood the game. So it plays on them differently. They both have secrets, and the secrets could be very similar, but the way that they view those secrets is different. So it makes them react in different ways. And I'm feeling like it may come out one day, like videotape or recordings of Kanye being verbally abusive or saying really harsh things like I will kill you, or that might come out. That might come out. So I'm asking, like, did Kim plot against Kanye? And what I'm seeing is that I guess you could call it that, But I felt like Kim, she has a strong family dynamic with people that operate like her. Like her mom and her sisters operate like her. They very strategic, calculating, and they care a lot about their business. So I felt like she was doing things to secure herself, but I don't feel like it was the intent to harm him or the intent to take everything from him. It was more of the intent to protect herself and her own image and whatever legacy that she have and her business. So she started to do things to protect herself. But from what I'm seeing is that yeah, Kanye really do got some issues. He really is verbally abusive sometimes. I remember one time he said that she tried to 5150 him or but I feel like it was a moment that she might had to call the police because he was being crazy. Hmm. And a lot of it was very draining to her. I feel like hmm, and she's very socially aware, so it's like she know if she makes certain type of moves that people is going to view her in a certain light in a certain type of way. She's aware that people really believe in the Kardashian curse and everything, so she's very careful in the way that she moves. I do believe that she tried to convince him to like take certain medications and stuff like that, but Kanye really do have some issues. He really is fighting some internal demons. And yeah, he is smart. He is a musical genius, but he has a dark side to him that can be very scary at times. There's actually a lot that Kim is not even talking about. That actually stress her out and is valid. That it stresses her out. So, so I'm asking like, what is the Kardashian curse? And let me read this. I pulled the High Priestess reverse, and this would it say: emotionally instability, clouded thinking, and recklessness. Overly emotional attitude and impulsive actions will have negative consequences. Conceited, shallow personality indicates sexual enjoyment without commitment or feeling. Be aware of deceitful, unfaithful women who appeals to a man's animal instincts. She leads men to destruction. So what I'm saying is that the reason why the Kardashians have such a hard time with being in healthy, rounded relationships is, for one, they have a mindset, and I believe they get it from their mother, that their main concerns are very shallow. It's about their business, their money, and their brand and their looks. And those factors matters a lot to them. So it also creates a very dysfunctional environment. It creates deep rooted, deep seated insecurities that, like, when you get into relationships with them, it feels shallow. It feels like you can't even really get to know them, or it takes a while to even see that they even have like a personality. But that came from how they was taught to view things. So the Kardashian curse come from them being broken as women. For them caring too much about like worldly things and too connected to this 3D and not like connected to their spirit. And I don't necessarily feel like they lead men to destruction. I feel like they attract dysfunctional men just because the state of being that they are in. And I feel like they have a lot of bad karma for like the way that they do business. The Kardashians have a lot of dirt. And because of the greed, yeah, they can drive a motherfucker crazy. They really can. I feel like they push the man that they are with to be what they want them to be. Like they very aggressive with the man that they get with and don't really allow them to just be themselves. They try to mold these men into an image that they feel like society, it's not even about society, it's more about how people view them. So you have to like compliment them. And they real strict about it. Like they have a really tight knit, close family dynamic where if any of those sisters was to date somebody, if any of the sisters was to get into a relationship and that relationship was negatively impacting on that sister, the whole family is going to take it personal and be like, you know what? You need to break up with that person because they destroying our brand. But they tried to get with men that they could control easily. Like, they have so many secrets that they try to get with men that are in a position that they kind of depend on them just so they would keep the secrets. And it's like secrets that has to do with maybe like eating disorders, plastic surgery, um, certain people that they networking with, stealing ideals from other people, sabotaging competitors. Like they have secrets like that. So they try to get with men that will keep those secrets. And I also feel like it's a major factor that because their pictures and stuff are so heavily edited, that makes them really insecure. Like it's like they try to look like their edited pictures so that when they meet with people in person, it won't be such a shock to them. So just all of that combined together breeds a very toxic environment. I ask like why do they get with black men? Why do they prefer black men? And it's because a lot of time black men carry those insecurities that they're looking for to make them more complacent and easier to control. Um, Also, they like to drain the creative energy of black men out of them. And I do feel like they are ritualistic. Um, I don't see a lot of mystical things except for sex. There are some things that they do sexually that has an effect on the man that they deal with. But I feel like it's something that is very practical. It's not really like something that they do on a full moon or something like that, or chanting or lighting candles, but it's like they learn the nature of people and they play on that. So like I feel like they have a hard time getting pleasure out of sex. Like they a lot of times is focus on what their body look like and positions, and like they seem to dominate a lot during sex. Like they dominate and take control in a way. Or they even perform, but they know their demographic. It's like when they come to, hold on. Like they had business around us, like business meeting. They know their demographic. They know what they are known for, what they are famous for. They know why certain people are attracted to them and why some people aren't. They feel like they could dominate and control black men more easily than other races. And that's just what it is. So, like, that's what the Kardashian curse is. It's so crazy to me. Because I understand, like, the reasoning. And it's like they marketed and they already put out certain subliminals to even create that type of feeling within black men. Like they get surgery to enhance certain parts of themselves. And psh, black men who are ignorant in a lot of ways, like it's a wish come true to have a thick white woman. It's like, it's kind of cringy when I even think about it. Because I personally look at the Kardashians and I was like, they look so unnatural to me. Like, I don't really understand the appeal, the attraction. But if I talk to like a homeboy or something like that, they be like, oh, I hit that. And I be like, why? And it's like, because everybody say that they would. Everybody say that they're attracted to them. So I'm attracted to them too. Like a lot of times they don't even know why. They just is. Even though, I mean, they starting to look crazy as hell to me, like Michael Jackson. But it's like they obsessed with the ideal of a thick white woman. And it's like it's programmed into them, but they don't even see it like that. It's the same as like if you was going to look at a indigenous tribe and the women they walk around naked all day and the men don't just get turned on by their nakedness. You get what I'm saying? Like because the way that they view beauty and sexuality has been taught to them differently. And there's a long history of why black men are put white women on a pedestal, or prefer white women, or desire them so much. There's a reason, and there's a whole history behind it. But it's a psychological thing. I seen it up close and personal. Like I have a brother, and all I ever seen him date was white women, and I listened to the reason why. And for him, as a Aquarius sun, Capricorn moon, he was more like, well, they could help me to get ahead. He felt like white women had good credit. White women could help him get through certain doors. White women, I mean, they all excuses. I don't feel like, because I know a lot of white women that have horrible credit, but it's an ignorance that floats around that. It's a stereotype, it's a stigma and all that other shit that program us to think of us think of our each other in certain type of ways. So like, and this is not just in America, I also see this across seas. Like, a African dude could get with a white woman or a Hispanic woman or Asian woman or whatever like that and like lose their minds, like because it's so deeply ingrained in them. Like, they felt like they got a prize just because of the color of that person's skin. It means so much to them. And the way that I look at it now, like, I don't deal with men that is like that. Like, I don't even know if I could be friends with them, honestly, because I'm like, man, you so easily persuade, you so easily manipulated, you so easily controlled. Because every time I seen a man who sat there and told me that, for whatever reason, why they prefer white women, for whatever reason, they always had some effed up way of looking at life in the world. And they was always like led by their flesh. They wasn't wise. I didn't feel like I could learn anything from them. Like, they was ignorant in a lot of ways because they had limited thinking. And anytime that you challenge them to be like, ask them deeper of why do you think like that? Why do you feel like that? Because if we could get to the why, then we could see the programming. But what they do, they be like, man, you just a hater. You hating. They just start to deflect when you asking them why. Or they will say things like, you know, you too inquisitive. You think too much. You a hater. I don't, just from me asking why to a lot of black men on the way that they think about things and see things, they threw all types of labels at me, which I don't give a damn, because from my point of view and the way that I see things, like, to me, it's just like, man, okay, we can't connect, because I don't know. It's like you don't even want to be freed. Now, it's not even, I don't feel like, what's the word? I don't feel like every black man who date white women have that type of mindset. You know, like, if they was to get in a relationship with a white woman, but the purposes wasn't because she white or anything, it was more so, oh, I liked her personality, I liked that how she treated me, or I liked it, those reasons. I like that we have things in common. I like that I feel like I could progress with this person, you know. But when it comes down to status and, lust, just the flesh or whatever, like, usually people who are trapped in that, they lost and don't even know why. They don't even know why they like the things that they like. Like, I just got into a conversation with my husband which I might put up on my podcast, but we was talking about religion and stuff like that, and how he overly attached his identity to it because he don't think that he will be as good as a person without his religion. And what I have noticed is that he just found, who is this? Hold on. What I noticed is that he found a religion that already carries some of the morals and principles he already had. And, you know, a lot of times we get into deep discussions and he could, you know, after asking him why, he'd be like, yo, you right, babe. Like, why do I think like that? Like, why do I see things like that? So I might post that on my podcast, but they really have us lost out here. Like when I come across people with that type of mentality and stuff, like when I come across, I was talking to another friend and he was like, a dude who showed his emotions or vulnerabilities to a woman that he care about and love is a simp. And I already have noticed how having that type of mindset is detrimental to him. I seen it. I seen it make him miserable. But it's like he can't even grasp onto that. Like he just see things the way he see things. And it's very limited. And I guess he got to come to his own understanding of it because he's still very young. So, but it's like it's the reason why I struggle to even connect with him, or I struggle to even have a conversation with him because he's limited in that way, because of that's what he perceive a man is instead of just being himself. So, and all of that is tied in together. Alright, so I'm asking how do they feel about each other right now, Kim and Kanye. And Kanye is feeling regretful. He feeling ashamed of some of his actions. Like he's feeling really prideful, but I think he want to get back with her and try to make things work. He might even be calling her and being like, I want to make things work. But she's been ignoring him. And she feeling good about her actions. She feeling good about getting a divorce and everything. Like, I feel like she just made up her mind and she feel like moving forward. Because when it comes to her marriage with him, she felt like it started to block her abundance. It was hindering her. But I'm gonna read all the cards I pulled for him because he's not in a good space. So, first card, I'm starting to feel ashamed of my actions. I doubt I can find the confidence to continue. And this is from my Own the Mind Tarot. I can be abrasive, cold, and detached. If I'm not careful, I can hurt a lot of feelings. I don't want to fight you, but I will if I have to. There is no way out of this. I feel stuck and my mind is not clear enough for me to find a solution. Please help. I'm getting in my own way. How can I remove these obstacles, what I'm not seeing? So he sound like he just effed up. But over on her side, if I ignore it long enough, maybe it will go away. I feel good about my actions and take accountability when necessary. I believe good karma. I believe in good karma and I will make things right. I feel like my abundance is blocked. I'm feeling unlucky and I want to tell them what I'm passionate about. So I'm feeling like she want to move forward because she been unhappy for a minute and she even have new passions. Like, what is she passionate about? What is she passionate about? What is she passionate about? Alright, so I feel like she's passionate. I feel like she did a lot of thinking about what would life be being a single woman again. And she preferred that over being in this toxic marriage. Like she prefer living her life by her own rules. I'm even feeling like it might take some time for her to get remarried if she ever want to get married again. With this hangman, when I asked what is she passionate about, she passionate about her new perspective of things. She passionate about her new outlook of life. But Kanye, he not doing too good. He feel like he really losing a lot. And I feel like during this whole relationship and marriage, he wanted it more than her the whole time. But he's childish and he really do have some emotional imbalances. Like he's arrogant, he's childish and he's hard-headed. You really can't tell him anything. So now he's starting to feel ashamed of his actions because she really about to move on. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you enjoy the reading and stay blessed.